live here at Monroe High School for the OHSAA playoff regional final matchup with the rights to get to the state final four. We have Beavercreek High School, presently rated the #2 team in the country, playing the Mason Comets in a big battle tonight. So we're looking for an exciting game coming up here in a few minutes. What do you think, Pat?
We're really packed tonight. Fantastic game that's coming up. Mason is laser focused for this. Incredible win over the past state champion Loveland Tigers last week. So this is a big one.
I think we're about ready to go to a commercial break here, and we'll be back with you in a short bit.
The way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
So we'll see what happens here. Can they narrow the gap, or can they keep the lead at 2? And it's down to 1. So now it's 3 kicks. So what you want to do if you're Mason is you want to put this in the net. Because if you put this in, so let's see what happens here. Boy, didn't hit it real hard, but got in the net. Loveland has to make it. Over, it's over. Mason has won. Mason has made it to the regional final. She put it over the net. And Mason survives. Mason wins in PKs. Tremendous game. Got down
Comets win! There's a nice feed by Hunter! And Baisley with the rip. Dean Larry, you got to load that one up. Hey, hey.
Oh, got a little wink action there.
Hey, and set. The Warriors in the state final!
Okay, this is Ian Liddell here with Pat Smith at the regional final game. There are 3 other regional games going on tonight. We've got the Mason Comets playing the Beavercreek
Beavers. Yes, they are.
In a battle matchup. We mentioned just a moment ago that this should be a big matchup. Mason is 16-1-2 in the season, coming off an exciting penalty kick win against Loveland. Beavercreek comes into this game 22-0 with a 2-0 win against Mount Notre Dame out of Cincinnati. So looking for, we're going to take a look at the bracket here. So we're seeing tonight we're going to have Beavercreek playing Mason tonight, Notre Dame of Toledo playing Strongsville, Pickerton North playing Waterston, and Twinsburg Jackson playing for the rights to play the state final four. With the regional games, I'm not sure where they'll be. The state final games for both boys and girls will be at the Columbus Crew Stadium. Looking forward to an exciting game tonight after last after Wednesday night's game solo. I've now got Pat Smith in the booth with me tonight, so some insightful commentary on tonight's game.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if it can get any more exciting than last game for Mason. Penalty kicks and just 2 overtimes, just an incredible game.
Yeah, we're going to tell you a little bit about which players to take a look at on the side of Beavercreek. One of them in particular, Marcella Cash, number 23, scored 46 goals in her select team this year, which is a record for that level. So she's on the ball right now, so certainly take a look at her tonight.
Yeah, Mason's on her real quick.
Yep.
But yeah, 2 very, very talented teams here. Number 1 against number 3. Loveland, I think, was number 1 seed in that other game that they went up against. So nothing new for Mason to go up against this caliber. So
good scoring opportunity here. Cleared wide by Mason right off the bat. Beavercreek putting on pressure.
Yep.
Interesting thing about Beavercreek, Pat, is we noticed they've only got 5 seniors on this team. So even though they are we mentioned the different polls, but in the USA Today has the highest ranking, being number 2. They've only got 5 seniors. They got a lot of their players coming back. I guess their stronger players, the strongest players in the teams are up the middle, so it gives them a good core to work from. So
yeah.
Anyway.
And 3 college prospects, and 1 forward, 1 defender. And
there's a foul there on Cash, or against Cash. So this will be a very first strong opportunity for Beavercreek. Mason took her down as she was by. So this spot on the field, Pat's a very dangerous spot for goals.
It can be. That's absolutely true. Mason's digging in, trying to play some defense here and see what they can do on this. This is where the elbows, hips, and shoulders go into play, get in position.
Good cross, backside. Oh. Number 17 actually had an opportunity there. She could have put on her left foot.
Yeah, well defended.
Elia Bonco, who is actually headed to Gardner-Webb in North Carolina. She is a senior. Apparently there's 3 players on Beavercreek going D1. Dayton, Indiana University, and Gardner, that's Marcella Cash going to Indiana.
Yeah.
Leah Blanco, number 17, we mentioned Gardner-Webb, and then number 10, Diana Bignigno, is going to the University of Dayton. So she's just going up the road here, not too far away at all. Oh, that was...
Yeah, getting really good physical in there, and Mason player kicks it out of bounds. That was Catherine Berry for Mason, number 9.
Ball went off of number 15 on Beavercreek. That was Anna McCartney, a senior, one of the 5 senior starters.
Yeah, and as you go through this,
Cash.
Yeah, great defense right there for Mason, number 9. All over the ball. Catherine Berry again. But yeah, once you get to this level, everybody can play. Everybody's really talented. So you're going to see the best that the state has to offer with girls.
That ball went off of number 4 on Mason is
Natalie
Atkins.
Yeah, senior.
Ball again touching Cash. And a corner kick coming here for Beavercreek. See how they're looking to set this up. They've got quite a few outside of the box. They make a run as the ball is kicked.
Great
drop back.
Great leg, and the defender for Mason comes out and does a great job again.
Keeper punched that one out, which is what she wants to do. Throwing here for number 12 for Beavercreek is Kate Helton. She is a junior defender. Then we're going to show a quick replay on the corner, which was punched out by the Mason keeper. Ball's leading play there. Good foot skill, nice pass, and she's going to take a shot. Quality shot, quality save.
Great job by the Mason defender, and Mason's going to bring it out.
That was Diana Benigno, which is the Dayton future Dayton Flyer. Ball cleared out well.
Yeah.
Early on in this match, Beavercreek is extending pressure. I mean, you don't get the number 2 in the country accidentally.
No. And that's going to be the Mason ball throw in down here, and see if we can put some pressure down this way. A little bit overthrown there, and Beavercreek's going to gain control.
I can't comment on Beavercreek's game the other night, except they won 2-0. I can tell you on Mason's game, first half pretty even between Loveland, which was the top-ranked team in that region. In the second half, Mason, interestingly enough, Mason got their goal in the first half. Not a very strong shot. Just Loveland had a keeper that was not. I don't think it was their starter at the beginning of the year. And anyway, they scored on that goal. And then in the second half, no scores, even though Mason had most of the opportunities in overtime. I'm sorry, it was an overtime. We're up 1-0 with 3 minutes to go in regulation. There was a collision. Ball was headed out to the side, and Loveland tied it. Went to overtime, went to penalty kicks, and Mason was victorious in the penalty kicks. That's why they're out here tonight.
And the ball played around, and so just very, very competitive, very scrappy on both sides. And Mason clears it up and getting control at midfield, and Beavercreek player takes it away. Great foot skills by Beavercreek, and there's Mason with a great stop. Clearing it down the side, and let's see if they can bring it down a bit.
Throw-in for Mason is Vanessa Adkins.
Yeah.
There's 2 twin sisters playing out there tonight. Actually, are they twins? I should know from the other nights.
Vanessa and Natalie.
Yeah, they're twins.
And Mason player trying to control it there in midfield, and there's the kick in.
Flared out and kept in by Mason, and just out of bounds.
Yeah, just a bad break there. Beavercreek's going to get the ball, bringing back this way.
Tonight, Beavercreek is the home team, so they are on the home side, which is also shielded. There's not much wind tonight, so but it did get chilly once that sun went down. It definitely did drop. But perfect conditions. Mason keeper came out, but he wasn't going to get there in time, especially with the dangerous cash on the doorstep.
I'll tell you what, the girls could not ask for anything better weather-wise tonight this time of year. Temperature's not that cold that it's going to freeze them up, and then not too hot that it's going to, get too humid, but going to be great ability for these players to get up and down the field the entire night.
So the trivia question for you, Pat, is how many miles do you run in a soccer game? What's the range?
I'm going to say 11 miles. 11 miles.
A little bit lower on average. Anywhere between 7 and 9 miles a game.
Okay.
I had a buddy of mine the other night was asking me why he's tuning in tonight from Arizona, but his girls were trying out for high school. Both freshman twins, as a matter of fact, and they both ended up on JV. But anyway, he was asking me why they ran so much in practice, and I said, well, I think it's because they run 9 miles in a game. So,
yeah, that's one sport I never understood, why they run a mile before they even start a practice. But, yeah, the sport definitely demanding on you. And one thing just incredible about the Mason team, when you see the goalkeeper with the goal kicks, she consistently launches it 50 to 60 yards. Stands out amongst just about any goal kicker you'll see in high school. Yeah, does an incredible job.
We have an interesting story tonight for Beavercreek. We talked a little bit several times already with Marcella Cash, but we were talking to the head coach, Steve Pop, before the game, and did a little research before tonight, but found out that but she was the football kicker.
Yep.
For the Beavercreek football team for 2 years. And there's a story that in one of the games, when she kicked it, the ball was returned for a touchdown. And normally when that occurs, you run to the side. Well, she attempted to try to catch the kid that ran back for a touchdown. She dove at his legs at the end, which I think totally freaked out the coach when I saw it on highlights.
Yeah, we got a play out of bounds here, and it went off the Beavercreek player, and they were going to give it to Beavercreek anyway. I think they might have missed it. The ref went over there to ask for some help and did not get it. I'll tell you one thing that's painfully obvious about Beavercreek, their midfielders are right on it. Great midfield for Beavercreek. And Mason ball here. We'll get a throw in.
Throwing again for Atkins. Passing it back to Beavercreek. Beavercreek clear to the side.
And
And for Mason, you got their first corner kick.
And here we go.
So Mason, one of the things about tonight's game with Mason is a team like this, corner kicks are obviously one of your big chances to score. So this would be a very good opportunity for them to step in, get a goal, and put Beavercreek on their heels a little bit. So the corner kick we've got kicking it for Mason is Tori Bona.
Number
Beautiful
6.
Cross.
Great. Oh, yeah, just a little bit too much leg on it. And defender was right there. And Beavercreek handles it well. And Mason picks it up, and they're going to try to control it down the side.
So we got a text this morning of a goal in the Minnesota State Championship. Minnesota State Championship game in the Vikings field. Overtime, second overtime. Oh, there'll be a foul on that one. Let's see if that's worthy of a card or not. Probably not, but anyway.
Foul on Comets.
Yep, so we're going to watch the replay of the foul. Yeah, tangled feet, probably not worthy of a card, but definitely a foul. So we've got Beavercreek here on perhaps an opportunity. She's out a little bit, but a beautiful cross ball. 24 on doorstep. Cash and the goal. Oh. Wow, that was a skill play.
Very skilled, yeah.
And that was, you guessed it, that was Marcella Cash cashing in, so to speak, on the first goal for Beavercreek. But you're not going to find a nicer play than that one.
Yeah,
the kick was, that's probably one of the nicer set plays I've seen. We'll see the replay in a second. As you can see, the ball was kicked a good distance. It was passed and finished. One touch, not an easy finish right there. And I'd imagine that's a set play.
Yeah, two players for Mason. Just let her get behind him, and just a defensive lapse for Mason. Let's see if they can pick this up and try to get this thing tied up.
Yeah, you know, Pat, on that one, I'm not sure if that's a lapse. That's a nice play.
Oh, it is. I mean,
that's a skill play. I mean,
talented people out there.
Yep. Play like that, I'm not sure if I really hold. Sometimes you just have to take your hat off. That was a good play very nice play for Beavercreek. So it's 1-0 Mason. We've got 27 minutes to go here in the first half. And
good crowd on both sides showing up tonight.
Yep.
Beautiful facilities here in Monroe, Ohio. And Mason coming over, Beavercreek controlling the ball. And moving the ball up through the middle. That's Mackenzie Behrman. Passes off and loses the ball. Mason on the defense coming back. And there they go, stepping in, making the play, but
a little miscommunication there with Mason. So far, I mean, good portion of the play has been on Mason's side, so Mason has been on their heels a little bit.
Yeah.
The challenge for Mason at this point is to keep it at 1-0. See what they can do to get it up on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Here we've got the kick again. This is not the same girl that kicked the other ball, I do not believe. Look at this point for 17, Oled Blanco putting it to her side. Oh, is she onside? I thought she might have been off.
Oh, wow. Another goal.
But apparently not. Beavercreek has come to play tonight.
Oh, they have.
Beautiful finish. I'd like to see the replay on that to see if she was offside. Must not have been. It's a hard mark. Right here.
Wow.
Is she? The call on that is whether it hit the Mason player. If it hit the Mason player, she's not offside. Did she touch it? I'm not sure.
Oh, it didn't look so. That's, ooh. They may have gotten away with one there.
Yeah, that's a hard call right there because if the ball was deflected off the Mason player, then all of a sudden it's not offside. So we'll have to get some expert opinion on that. The one thing I will notice, Mason did not seem too upset about it. I don't see the Mason coach saying Steve wasn't saying much on it, so perhaps he didn't think it wasn't offside.
Yeah, one of the Mason's players was really hot about it, and that looked like a handball right there and not even called.
Handball is one of the toughest calls to make because
it is.
If it's kicked, is it intentional? A lot of times, you know, you have to see is there an intent to try to hit the ball, and sometimes that's a hard one to call.
And a lot of times, you know, the refs are just shielded from the play.
Yeah.
And they can't see it. So that's where you hope that the guy on the sideline's paying attention.
So Mason doing their first substitution. Coming in is number 7. I think it's number 7. No, number 2. Number 2 is Natalie Lannis. Natalie played well the other night, so I would imagine Mason has not been down 2 goals all season long.
Yep.
So being down 2-0 is a unique challenge, and we'll see.
And this early in the game as well.
Well, let's say Beavercreek continues to do what they're doing, which is attacking the Mason defense, and I would assume that is going to be the case.
And it's all about ball control, and you know, Beavercreek is just really there, playing very good defense.
We're going to have to check our phones here to see if we can get any updates in any of the other matches, or if you guys in the booth may know that at all.
Got another sub coming in from Mason, Jordan Massa.
One thing coach from Beavercreek mentioned tonight is when they played their game on Mount Notre Dame the other day, I think maybe because certain players were banged up, that they did not sub the first half at all. So we'll have to see if Beavercreek has subbed in. So you'll wonder, is there a chance if Mason's a little bit deeper, if that could help him in the second half? Biggest thing when you're down 2 goals like this is getting that first goal.
It is.
You get the first goal, sometimes the second one comes right after it. But it's not going to be easy. Keeper's way out.
Oh, yeah.
The best way to prevent number 23 from scoring is make sure she doesn't get the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
Easier said than done.
It is.
But if you look how they're defending, they're let's see if
got a foul on
here.
Mason player here.
We got a shot of the first goal, actually. Looks like that was the first goal. And there's the foul from behind. Yeah, it was a little bit.
Yeah, not much of a hit.
Perhaps if she doesn't go down, there's no call.
Mason with a free kick here. See if they can push the ball up.
So we're almost halfway through the first half. Beavercreek has come out fast, gotten two skillful goals, putting Mason in a position to have to do something they haven't had to do all season, is coming from 2 goals from behind.
And yeah, Beavercreek's really packing it in on the backside defensively when Mason had the ball there. So it's going to be a tough line to get through.
Well, they got 3 back. They're still. I'd be surprised to see them pull back the defense too much right now. Get into the second half, they might do that a little bit.
And good ball work for Mason, and let's see if they can keep it. And Beavercreek comes up with the ball and gets past the Mason player. And both teams playing really, really physical ball, going after it. And there's a run. Mason's coming out, and Beavercreek's speed just gets back there. They get it to the keeper.
Went off the keeper's foot there. That's not what you wanted to do with it. But if you look what Beavercreek's done so far, they are controlling the possession of the game so far.
Yes.
No question. Boy, oh boy, that was a little bit of an opportunity there for Mason.
And just keeping control of it, that's what you want to try to do here. And very talented workers between the two, Beavercreek and Mason.
Well, typically the game's won in the midfield, and right now Beavercreek is controlling the midfield.
Oh, yeah. There's a cross in there and cleared out by Beavercreek, and Mason's still working it.
The ball was just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a foul. Yeah. Easy call to make from center ref on that play.
Yep, she got the foot rather than the ball. That'll be a Mason throw in. The ball goes out on Beavercreek, coming back this way. And on this Saturday night in November, huge football games all around the country, and college football, and a lot of top 10 teams playing each other. And of course, you're probably going to be hearing this broadcast after the games have been played, but Kentucky just finished up with Georgia, and it was an opportunity for Kentucky, but too much Georgia. Fantastic team, really, really talented. Pulled off 34-17 win over the Big Blue Nation, and we'll see what they can do next week to rebound. And then later on this evening, Alabama and LSU, the whole country will be watching that one. I think UC had a big win in football today. Did you?
Yep.
Wow, yeah, 42-0 over Navy.
They did a number on the Navy running attack.
Oh, that is one of the toughest ones to prepare for in a week.
Yeah.
UC did it somehow.
Yeah. Well, back to the soccer game. Throw in for Atkins, I believe. Let's see if Mason can take advantage of here. Cleared out by Beavercreek.
Yep.
So for Mason tonight, you've got a couple of seniors who would like to get back in this game, obviously. And another throw in here for Mason.
Let's see if they can get some length on the throw in. There it is, good height. Good header, and there it's
it.
Oh,
dropped into the space, but unfortunately there wasn't anybody on Mason there to take advantage of it. But if you're looking at the Mason Comets, at least the ball is up on this side of the field. That's
what you want to do. Put some kind of pressure on them. Big bounce there, controlled by Mason. Comes off, and Beavercreek's got it again.
Beautiful pass.
Yeah.
You are seeing some really talented play tonight.
Oh, great job by Mason there on that defense. Oh, yeah, that was something else to go back and defend that. Mason with the throw in. You're going to bring it back this way.
And the scary thing about this Beavercreek team is they're young.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of talented players coming back next year.
Yeah.
And one thing that was interesting that they talked about is these players went through the majority of the year with very few injuries.
Yeah.
And that's very tough to do in high school sports. They're just, like I said, very physical and a lot of kicks.
Well, if you watch the one thing with Beavercreek, they are making long passes accurately. And that's not easy to do.
No, it's not. That's a lot of practice. Another corner for Beavercreek. Let's see how Mason could defend this one. And before the game, they were practicing some of the corners for Beavercreek, and to the girl, every one of them had a very, very strong leg, so they can really launch it. Another good kick, and great cleared by Mason. So that's a great job there.
Is that in the box?
No,
just outside the box.
Just outside. Mason player didn't like that call a bit. We're going to check it out on replay, hopefully, and see what she's got to say.
Let's see. Well, who do you think is going to take this kick? Got two candidates. I know my guess is.
Oh,
nope,
she passed.
Second person. Wow.
Yeah. We got a replay of the foul to see what happened there. I don't know.
Maybe.
Might have been the foot on the ball.
I don't know. There's a tendency sometimes when people go down to call the foul.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if there was enough contact for that outside the box.
Great job by Mason bringing the ball up and waiting for the troops to come back. And the pass
well defended by Beavercreek.
Yeah, well defended. Ball kicked out by Beavercreek. Mason with the ball and throw in. We've got two more substitutions coming into the game. And again, Mason, very, very deep bench. So trying to keep fresh legs into the game. Beavercreek kicks the ball out again.
Talk a little bit about the Mason Comets. There's 7 players tonight that play in the same Warren County team. Natalie Atkins, Vanessa Atkins, Catherine Berry, Mackenzie Berriman, Olivia Paulnow, Alyssa Winterhaller, and Julia Schrump. 5 of the girls played together for the last 7 years on Warren County's elite team. This spring they qualified for the Midwest Regional Championship and played in Indianapolis against the best club teams in that region. Their team played in the MRL League and went to the semifinals for state several of the years, being Natalie Atkins, Vanessa, Catherine Berry, Mackenzie Berriman, Olivia Paulnow.
And that's one of the things that, just puts you in this game is continuity between the players.
Well, if you've played that many, they're playing together in the club and then they're playing high school, it's a massive advantage.
Oh, it is.
We may have mentioned this in a prior broadcast of a boys team a few years ago. They won state. They had 9 of their 11 seniors, 9 of their starters played together from the time they were 8 years old.
Yeah.
So that continuity can't be beat. What was the call on that one?
I don't know.
That was fortunate for Mason on that one, because she was about to do her magic. Was it an offside?
It must have been.
Must have been an offside because I didn't see a foul. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what the call was, but they were fortunate.
Yep, and Mason substituting again. And again, this is something they do on a continual basis. Mason's just very deep on the bench.
Yep.
Okay, confirmed from the booth that the last call was offsides.
As you can see, Beavercreek was constantly trying to catch the ball. Offense is running through there, and
oh yeah, just a unlucky hit there for Mason.
Throw for Beavercreek. Played by Diana Benigno. There is one player on Beavercreek, number 11, who is a freshman, Ashley Vaughn. We were talking a little bit about that. Well, I guess there's a couple things to consider. Number one, making a freshman, the varsity as freshman, is one thing. Starting on number 2 team in the country, that's pretty impressive.
And Mason picking up the defense here and getting the ball out. But there's Beavercreek, and Mason making another run for it. And there's our freshman for Mason, number 19, bringing the ball in, and she stays with it. And again, 5 girls back from Beavercreek on that back line when Mason comes up. So,
yeah, Lise Holler is actually a sister of a girl played here several years ago. So
okay.
One thing that's pretty common is families, several playing one after another.
and that may be the thing that Mason has to do is these throw-ins, the big kicks and such, to kick it over that line and see if they can get a ball in on the big kick.
So we do have one appeal, Pat, to the Mason sports program. Is one thing we've noticed here tonight is Beavercreek has cheerleaders here.
Yes,
and
yes.
Mason, being a large school in Ohio as is, will make our first petition tonight. And with the success the Mason program has had, that perhaps they could have cheerleaders at key Mason games. What do you think?
I think they should. JV cheerleaders, trying to get some experience. Going up to the varsity level, this would be a great opportunity to...
Absolutely. Could educate them on the game of football.
Yeah, get them fired up. And I'll tell you what, looking across the way, the Mason student section, they're on the rail.
Yep.
They're out in numbers here.
Yep. The famous black hole.
There it is. Where's that kick? And there's the defense for Beavercreek clearing it out.
And so far, Beavercreek has not been pressured on their side of the field very much, but when they have, they've had the ability to defend as well.
Yep.
So it is a big task getting 2 goals here, but let's take a little bit of a bite out of the apple one at a time. So
yep.
If I am Mason, goal is to try to get a goal here before halftime, make it 2-1, give it a manageable game at that point.
Yeah, you just need the first one. Definitely need to tighten up the midfield just a bit to come up and play the ball.
Boy, beautiful pass on the backside.
Oh, yeah.
Again, was she onside? I think when the ball was struck, she was fine. We maybe take a replay at that to see if she was on. Mason was asking for the offside, but I'm not sure she was. No, that's good. She ran right onto it. It's a good ball.
And here's the corner kick, and Mason clears it out. Great job. And good footwork by
that's foul. Yep.
Beaver Creek. And
I got to tell you, the one thing I've been very impressed with Marcella Cash so far, not only does she has the offensive abilities, but some of the passes.
Yeah.
I mean, she's making passes to spaces where people aren't. As Wayne Gretzky used to say in hockey, it's like you don't go where the ball is, it's where you're expecting it to go. And again, this is a dangerous spot. This was the spot of the field, but on the reverse side that Loveland scored their goal late at the 3 minutes to go, almost the exact same spot.
Yeah.
So watch them coming in on the header here, maybe number 17, look for her.
Yeah, this is where you got to.
There you go.
This is where you got to push them back, and that's going to be the Mason.
That was Ella Blanco, and that was the Gardner Webb we talked about a little bit earlier, but you can see a lot of the plays are running through 23, 17, and 10.
Mason bringing it up the middle and control and getting
like
pushed down. Yeah. Good call by the ref, and Mason quickly.
To get it set up quickly.
Bringing it up.
He inadvertently put it across, but played it right back.
Oh yeah. Got lucky on that one. And
one of those artificial turf bounces.
Yeah, and Mason's going to hopefully control it here and bring it on. And Beaver Creek with some good defense there, and she kicks it out.
One of the things to mention in the playoffs, all fields are played on the artificial surface. That's a rule so that there's no advantage of one team getting used to one surface or another. But for some of these teams, if they play on grass during the year, which aren't very many, it's an adjustment. Obviously, the ball moves quicker, much quicker on the turf.
And in Mason's conference, the GMC, one team has a grass field in the girls thing. And they are consistently good, and it's consistently tough playing that team. Who would that be, Ian?
Is it Lakota?
The only grass field.
Lakota East.
It is Fairfield.
Lakota used to play. Maybe they don't play on it anymore. Fairfield plays on a grass field?
Still plays on a grass field.
Okay. Lakota used to use the junior high. Beautiful ball movement.
Oh,
what a save.
Great stop. Great stop.
Yeah, that was Diana Benigno, stopped point blank, made a great move around the keeper, but
yeah,
and now that's look at the footwork there.
Yeah, great defense and
She came out and shut it down.
She did, great stop.
The Loveland game the other night, even though Loveland scored with 3 minutes to go, there was a breakaway with a minute before that. And the keeper made a great stop on that one. She came out and forced the shooter to shoot it wide. And without that, Loveland would have tied it a minute earlier. Throw in for Mason. Mason's looking to put in a couple subs here in the last 4 minutes.
It has been a revolving door on the Mason sideline. They're keeping them coming in.
I guess the idea at this point is to give your guys just a little bit more break by bringing them out with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah. And especially after playing two overtimes and penalty kicks, possibly some tired legs on the Mason side, and these breaks really come in handy. And there she's coming down. Oh, great. She got anybody to come with her.
Might be a nice opportunity there.
Yeah, she's got to stay with it. And Mason will have to throw in on the side.
She might be a freshman, but she's tall.
Oh, she is, yeah.
Doesn't really look like a freshman. That may be one side of the field to try to exploit in the second half, because she's got a size and maybe strength advantage over the number 12 on Beaver Creek.
And we've got 2.5 minutes to go in the half. And again, Beaver Creek up 2-0.
Unfortunately, not 3-0.
Oh,
without the big Mason save, 3 would have pretty much put this game out of reach, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice ball movement.
Great defense. Trying to pick her up there. Just got to keep her in front. And good feet's going to go a little too far. Mason will have the ball back.
Actually, the winger on that side of the field should have been playing wider. She passed through the ball and she moved in.
Mm-hmm.
But it should have been wider, been right on. That's one thing they've been doing a lot in this half is they'll bring the ball into the middle, but then they'll play it wide again and bring it back in rather than just try to dribble it in. And that's creating a lot of opportunities. Wow.
Great kick on goal. And Mason
great.
keeper there. Oh, she was right on it.
We see the replay on that. I mean, the touch is there. It's the first touch that's the biggest part here, Pat. I mean, if you look at the ball there, it's right at her feet, and she created her own space. Wasn't able to get a ton on it, but.
And looks like maybe a handball there on Beavercreek. Mason, it's midfield to take it off. See what they can do in the last minute before halftime.
Well, Beavercreek's been as advertised.
Oh, they are.
They've shown they're definitely worthy of a national ranking the way they played tonight. Mason has not played a bad game. Beavercreek's just been really good.
And again, the passes and the touches they have are spot on.
Yep. Yeah, like I said a little bit earlier, but it's the length of the passes. They're not doing like little 6-yard passes. They're across the field and down the side and very accurate. That one, not so.
Yep.
Be interesting to see what Coach Steve Schnurr says at halftime.
Yeah.
As far as what could Mason do in the second half to create some more opportunities and prevent Beavercreek from scoring again.
And we're 10 seconds into halftime, so the Kickers just going to make a boot and see where this one goes.
We will be breaking off here at halftime for some advertisements from our sponsor. And we'll see if Mason can make a comeback here in the second half. They've got a challenge in front of them, down 2-0. This is Ian Waddell for Pat Smith. We'll be breaking for halftime, but we will be back in front of you here in about 10-15 minutes.
Some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to OHSAA.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
Cuando los Teen Titans van al cine, ellos saben que la mejor forma de viajar es estar seguros. Para mantener seguro a tu hijo, asegúrate de usar el car seat correcto para su edad y tamaño.
Exactly.
Hollywood, here we come! The Atom has arrived! Have a seat, my dude.
Para más información acerca del car seat correcto, visita nhtsa.gov/protegidos.
Impressive.
Presentado por the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration y el Ad Council.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
You're invited to be part of the greatest weekend in high school football, the OHSAA State Championships, on the campus of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium hosts all 7 title games November 29th through December 2nd. Make it a weekend to remember with the state finals and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Log on to the football page at OHSAA.org for information on the playoffs, championship games, and tickets. Don't miss your chance to be a part of history.
Welcome back to the regional final here at Monroe High School between the Mason Comets and the Beavercreek Beavers. Score 2-0 Beavercreek over Mason. Beavercreek had 2 quality goals here in the first half. Let's see what Mason does here. I think we're going to take a peek at the first half goals.
And both teams are just coming out of halftime.
So, Pat, what are your comments here in the first half? Here we got the goals coming up here. The first one on a set play, headed nicely and finished by Marcella Cash. And then the second goal on what we wondered if it may or may not have been an offside. Beavercreek took advantage and has a 2-goal lead. So, anyway. Oh, let's look at the brackets here. We talked about earlier, this is the regional final for the right to the state Final Four. On this side of the bracket, Beavercreek versus Mason. The winner of this game will play Pickerington North Waterston. On the other side of the bracket, we have Notre Dame
in Toledo.
Toledo playing Strongsville, and Twinsburg playing Jackson. The semifinals will be played at a location to be announced. The state final is played at, just like in the boys' side, state final is played at the Columbus Crew Stadium on the same day.
And
actually, the day before. I'm sorry, not the same day.
Through ball by Beavercreek, misses the target, and Mason's going to take a kick from here.
Yeah, tradition has it that the Friday games are played for girls' state final, and then the Saturdays are boys. And they go from D3 all the way down to D1 normally. Ball played nicely here by Mason.
Where's the
out to Holler, looking to play the ball to the middle. Well done, turned, but Beavercreek was sitting there on the turn.
Great stop by Mason. So we're seeing a lot and great footwork there.
Notice one thing differently happened in that sequence right there. Mason is trying to move the ball through the middle to get to the goal. What I noticed in the first half of Beavercreek is they were playing the ball to the middle, then playing it wide to bring it back in. And that's how they got their second goal, doing exactly that. Ball played there by Beavercreek, and just a little bit too far out. That was Molly Sedlock, who is a senior defender. Well, Pat, we got a nice night here tonight. It's starting to get a little bit cooler in the booth. Some of the cold air is starting to flow in.
Oh, and pulled down by the Whoa, bad play right there. Pulled down by the Beavercreek player, and the call goes elsewhere. Oh, now he picks it up. Yeah,
switched it.
There he goes.
He must have heard you, Pat.
I think he did.
He pointed at you and he gave a thumbs up. So I didn't think your voice carried that far, but you must have. To be honest with you, I didn't see a big foul there, but we'll take it.
Absolutely.
And
struck off the.
But you know what? There was a couple in the first half that were kind of questionable too. So I guess we deserve one. Very well defended, but put right back there just a little bit beyond. And Mason keeper is there to grab the goods, so to speak.
Yep.
So neither one of those goals can you put the Mason keeper at fault in the first half. Both of them were well shot, well finished on the first goal, and on the second one, just both good finishes.
And Mason a lot more, very aggressive here, coming out in the second half. And ball gets away from her. It's going to be a Beavercreek throw-in.
So in the first half, Elise Holler was playing on the right side. Now she's playing on the left side. Well played right there.
Yep.
Early on, Mason is getting the ball in a little bit.
They are.
Putting a little bit of pressure on Beavercreek. A good sequence here in the first couple of minutes. If they can continue to do that, might create some scoring opportunities, and 2-goal leads can go fast.
They can.
Biggest thing for Mason is they can't let a third goal. They can't get down 3 here.
No. That's
that would pretty much end the game, I think.
Yeah, at this level, that's a death sentence, no doubt about it.
Ball played in. Let's see if we can get on the hop. Cleared out very nicely by Beavercreek, but back to Mason.
And one of the things Mason's doing is keeping the ball up high on their kicks. Beavercreek strikes and hits it real low, foot to foot. Let's see what. That was a great opportunity there for Mason. And
just didn't anticipate their side missing the ball. Didn't think she was sure if she wanted to clear it to Beavercreek or settle it.
Ball thrown in, yeah. And cleared by Beavercreek. Great pass out to Mason. They're going to set it up. We're getting into more.
We got our rosters blowing all over the place here, Pat.
Yeah, the wind is picking up just a little bit.
We're reading upside down. We think we got Russian players.
And there's a
goal.
Oh,
no,
great shot
just over the line.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's called offside or whether he said it was over the line.
Might have been
over the line. I think they made a good call on this one. Yeah, he was out of bounds. Once again, the ref looked in your direction and it looking for Pat's opinion. He was doing two thumbs like, shit, what do I call?
Yeah, what's going on here,
yeah.
Pat? This is what you need to do, buddy. And defensively, Mason holding it up there in the middle, a little bit too far. And it's going to come back easily to the Beavercreek keeper.
My understanding is next week they got remedial training with refereeing, and you're going to come in as a guest speaker.
We're still trying. Yeah, we're still trying to work out the terms.
Okay. You might be able to do it over.
But I have been asked
online.
Yeah, I have been asked to go to the state finals to help them out.
Okay. Even if it's not Mason? Regardless?
Oh, yeah. They said they need their best quality people out there.
Yeah. That could have been a foul, and it was.
Yeah, got it.
He called that one on his own. Oh, that was a nice foot move there by the ref, though. I wonder if he had a little soccer in his background.
I think he does.
Yeah. I'm going to have to sign that guy up. Yeah, she came through her.
Yep.
Let's watch what happens here. Remember the first half. Got no height on that one.
No, none. Oh, and pushed down by the Beavercreek player, and we're going to bring it back this way.
So 7.
And number 11 for Beavercreek guilty of that foul. Just took the Mason player down.
Not sure if it was premeditated, but it was a foul.
Yeah.
Nevertheless. So first part of the second half, this has been pretty even.
It has, yeah. Mason's,
it has not been down in Mason's side like it was in the first half.
Yeah, Mason's controlling it much better with the feet and trying to get these opportunities.
I can't tell you for sure if that Beavercreek has dropped back and playing that way or if Mason has pushed themselves forward. Or if it's just the flow of play. So we got substitution coming in for Mason. We're getting ready to come in. And I can't quite tell from as high up we are who's replacing who. And was that number 8? So that would be Jenna Burns. Subbing in for Mason. Mason has definitely been subbing in more than Beavercreek.
There it is.
That's a nice ball. Unfortunately, Jenna was much further up the field to take advantage of that.
And you got to think about the Beavercreek players. No subs to speak of the entire first half.
Yeah.
Got a quality team here, but.
Well, you wonder if they're a young team, whether in a game of this magnitude, that maybe the coach is pulling in some of the subs with some of the experience, you know? Maybe playing his experienced players more and his younger players, maybe he's just holding them back a little bit.
And with a 2-0 lead, I think the opportunity would be there to let some of the other girls get some playing time.
Yeah, I'm not sure in a game of this magnitude they're going to do that yet. Let's see if Beavercreek can get to the ball. They did.
They did, yeah.
Played a little bit wide of Cash.
Big bounce.
Attempted to get to Howler. See if Elise Howler can control this ball.
And
inadvertently in the back. Nice turn.
Yeah, great footwork there by the Mason player. And
yeah, a little bit quick on that pass. Let her, you got away with one there a little bit, I think. Oh, there's a ball back. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, they're really getting at it there, and great defense for Mason to pick that up.
You take on one, but two's tough.
It is.
Well defended by Mason.
And here's some good passes for Masons. Let's see if they can move it up. And good speed there on the outside by Mason, and she's still running it.
She's got some wheels.
Oh, she does, and well defended by Beavercreek.
Yeah, that was Jenna Burns on the outside. Well defended by Beavercreek, and Beavercreek defense has been solid.
They have, yeah, that's a solid back line.
I mean, Mason has had a very tough time. They may get into the final third of the field, but to get a quality shot, they just haven't been there.
We're down to 30 minutes to go in the game. We are in the second half. Beavercreek up 2-0.
If you're Mason right now, you want the ball down the other side, and perhaps you can take advantage of a foul on a set play, maybe get a goal and get yourself right back into it.
But you've got to get the ball there.
Oh, beautiful ball.
Oh,
offside.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were on that, and the goalkeeper for Mason took a hit down there.
Just as we were advised by halftime, that was number 10, Diana Benigno, fed the ball to Cash. He was telling us that a lot of their plays flow through number 10, Diana Benigno, which is exactly what happened there. They got playmakers. We're going to watch the replay here for the offside on beautiful through ball.
Yeah, just.
Boy, she wasn't offside by much.
Gentlemen, the session stand will be closing in 10 minutes.
Just a hair.
Closing in 10 minutes.
Yep.
Thanks.
Of course, we're seeing it on the side rather than straight on like the ref is concerned, but that was close.
And we're in the way up in the 6th story of the press box here in Monroe High School.
Well, we're using the monitor, though.
Yeah.
But still, it's tough even on the TV camera.
Oh, they had great defense.
Oh, through.
On that for Mason and stopped it. And here's a big kick and just great control by Beavercreek on that when it got up there on the big bounce.
Beavercreek is starting to put the pressure on a little bit again. Oh, that was a mishit there. That could be dangerous.
Yeah.
She's going to play it wide or try to feed the ball through. She played it wide, which has been a consistent strategy, and that's
well played by the Mason.
Easily played by the keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was well played there by Ashley Vaughn on the header.
Great footwork there, and Beavercreek's playing.
No foul on that one?
No foul on that one. Great defense by Mason. Pick up the ball and
they gave him a little nudge, but not enough to be a foul.
No, this is the play.
Yep.
This is the play.
Hey, we're in the booth. Wave, Pat. Pat on the monitor.
Oh, okay. There we are.
Celebrities, so people know our faces. They know who we are. We can't keep ourselves a secret anymore.
No. Sup?
Absolutely. Now that the secret's out, we might be getting calls from ESPN, Fox, whatever.
You know, I wonder why they haven't come often enough yet.
Yeah.
Only get 2 a week.
2 what?
2 offers a week.
2 offers a week?
Yeah, and I thought there's be a lot more than that.
I think you're hoping a few more zeros on them.
Yeah,
He said if you want to come volunteer for ESPN, by all means, you can come. your own plane fare. You can watch us on the set, but you're not getting on the set. But you know what? Dan Patrick started his career in Mason.
He did.
Went to Mason High School, was a basketball player. I understand he was a pretty good basketball player.
And I'm not sure what that call was.
So perhaps if we can, you know what you could do, Pat? Is you could send the video feed to Dan.
Well, that's what I need to do.
With a little comment, say, hey, your Mason Comets here, and go from there.
And again, we are about 5 stories up at this beautiful facility in Monroe, Ohio. And great feed to the middle, and Mason clears it. And let's see if they can. There we go.
Well
They're bringing
done.
up the midfield. Defenders are coming up.
You know, as long as we're talking about famous Mason celebrities, who else is a famous Mason celebrity? Hollywood movie star.
Oh, yeah.
Very well paid one.
He is.
That's correct.
Mr. Clooney, yes.
And do you know where his farm was?
I don't know.
It's at Mason Montgomery Road. Remember where my old office was, Cedar Village Drive?
Oh, yeah.
You know where the Sipsey Klein building is there?
Absolutely.
That was his farm.
Next to Christ Church in Mason.
That's correct. So he lived there for maybe 4 or 5 years from, I think, like maybe 4th grade through 8th grade or something. And then he moved back to Maysville, Kentucky.
Yeah,
where his Aunt Rosemary Clooney lived, correct?
Yep.
The Clooney clan.
Oh, and the Mason player just missed it on the outside, bringing the ball up.
And he came back to Cincinnati a couple years ago to film a movie that was, can't remember the name of the movie, but there was good part of it was filmed down at Xavier University.
Okay, yeah, I do not remember. And there's a run on it by Mason. Let's see what she's got.
Now here's the big question for you tonight, Pat. Are you a Queen fan music-wise?
Yes. I mean, if you're going to fire up any team, we are the champions.
Okay.
Is what you got to be playing in the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to watch the replay here as we're. Let's see. It's hard to tell.
It is. That's a tough call.
It's hard to tell if it just was kicked out. So, anyway, Bohemian Rhapsody. Haven't not seen the movie, but that came out last night. The story of Queen. You know why I remember that song?
You got me on that one.
I grew up the New Jersey area, and I was a New York Islander fan.
Okay.
And when they won they won 4 Stanley Cups in a row. When they won the first one, I remember them playing. That song came out in like '78. And I think they won their first Stanley Cup in like '78, '79. So they played We Are the Champions.
Okay. Speaking of movie celebrities, my daughter Heather has been an extra in 3 movies in the Cincinnati area in the last 2 years.
There we go.
And you get to hear about all these experiences. And for $9 an hour and about a 14-hour day, and they provide lunch and maybe dinner, it's quite the experience.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Zac Efron was one of my daughter's extras that the movie that he was in Covington. I just forgot the name of the movie. The serial killer.
Okay.
Bundy, yeah, Ted Bundy movie.
Ted Bundy, there we go.
If and when that movie hits the screen, she is in the first 12 minutes of the movie. So we'll.
So how did we get from soccer to serial killers?
Not enough shots on goal.
Yeah.
But the girls are really, really playing hard out there. And again, Mason's bringing more to the table and bringing it up the middle and looking for the passes. But again, Beavercreek gets back there. And
I'm telling you, for Mason to get a goal, I think they either need to get a corner kick or a foul, a free kick, some kind of special play. It just looks like getting a quality shot on goal.
They are
straight on is going to be really tough.
Yeah, they're just packed in the back, across that back line. Very good defenders for Beavercreek. And not a well-communicated pass there.
Well, look at that ball. Look at that movement there.
And she's got wheels, too.
She's got wheels, yeah. She's the real deal. The Hoosiers will be glad to have her.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Yeah.
They will. They're going to give them a quarter on this.
Yeah, it did go off of Mason. And again, I would look for Ella Blanco on this corner. Good reason, because she's probably the tallest girl on the Beavercreek side. There you go.
And
just
goes well
overhead.
across.
She wasn't tall enough there. Went back a little bit. But that's where they're looking to place it every time.
And Mason doing a great job of defense, bringing it out. Beavercreek's got to throw in back there.
So we talked to Beavercreek coach tonight. This is his 20th year at Beavercreek.
It is,
congratulations to Steve Popp. He's obviously done some things right at Beavercreek to be there 20 years and doing some things right if his team's number 2 in the United States in USA Today. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is very, very impressive. And I think similar to Mason, they reload every year, Beavercreek and Mason.
Yeah.
Just tons of talent, girls and boys side.
Yeah.
Boys side fell a little short with Mason this year,
Yep.
but looking for better things next year.
Well, talking about high rankings, 5 years ago today, or this year, what happened? Mason soccer.
Oh, boys, number 1 in the nation.
Yep. State champion, number 1 in the nation.
And Mason getting some play in there in the middle, but cleared out by Beavercreek. So Mason's going to try to do it again.
Yeah. One of the players on that team, that 5-year-old team, still playing. He's got there's 2 boys that are playing. One is Connor Couchot and Evan Couchot.
Mm-hmm.
Connor was rated the defensive player of the league 2 years in a row.
Oh, wow.
Out on the East Coast. Can't remember the name of the league. And then Evan Couchot ended up in that league setting the goal scoring record. I think it was like 35 career goals. So
yeah, no, that's
a couple of Mason kids making a big impression on the East Coast.
Yeah, up in the Boston area.
Yep, Endicott College.
And Mason with substitutions galore again. 3 of them coming in. There's a shot.
Oh, cleared.
Great idea right there. And I think, like you said, it's going to have to come from a corner kick to get this goal in for Mason. And the height wins for Beavercreek there on that side as that player controlled the ball.
Yeah, as we get in the last
24.
20 minutes of the game, it does appear Beavercreek is now packing in a little bit in the backside. Which you're going to do if you're up 2 goals.
That's it.
You don't. Doesn't matter how many goals you win by. It just matters that you win.
That's it. That's all you want to do.
And this is a revenge match too. Last year, Mason knocked Beavercreek out of the tournament. So according to one of the faithful at Beavercreek, they've had that circled on their calendar for a year. You know, in Mason soccer, Pat.
Yeah.
It's not a tournament if Mason and Beavercreek aren't playing either on the boys or the girls side. Seems to happen almost every year those 2 match up.
Yeah, great talent on both teams.
Yeah. And for years on the boys side, Mason could never get past the Beavercreeks. They could never get past the Centervilles.
Mm-hmm.
And the first year they broke the bubble on that. They got 2 they never got into regional finals like tonight. And that was 2012 when they finally broke that. And they ended up, 3 of the last 6 years they were in the state Final Four.
And Mason playing really good defense on this throw in here.
I saw some recognition today that actually Mason did get the player of the year, though, in the GMC. Ben Damgey.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And they got the coach of the year, too, Mike Combs, the new coach replacing Paul Reedy. So they struggled a little bit early. They had a tough schedule, but they brought it on later in the year, and I'm sure they'll expect good things from next year.
And Mason moving it up, and Beavercreek's there for a stop, and
yeah, they got numbers now back on the back end.
Yeah,
you had 3 in the back, now you got 4, and I don't think they're gonna get people through the middle there. If I'm Mason, if anything, I try to maybe play along down the wings, and maybe create an opportunity there, maybe get the ball through Elise Hauer.
Big shot there comes in, and Mason there playing the defense and holds up the ball, and it gets through.
This could be dangerous here.
Oh,
big
stop.
save.
Yeah, great
quality
stop.
shot, quality save. Again, the keeper stepped up.
Yeah, and Mason coming back for some really good defense.
That just saved the game right there. If Mason we're able to come back, that's a big moment.
Just that passes they're trying to get across the midfield just not been very good for Mason. And just communication, you've got to.
It's a nice run there.
It is. Where's the pass?
That is a great idea.
And
Played it wide.
There it is.
That was well played.
Get in the middle.
Very well played. Oh, you got to bring that. You got to bring that to the 18, though. Here's the save here. Cash on our keeper. Quality save. That was on line. And she also kept it out from the rebound. But on that play to the corner there, she's got to bring that out to the 12 or 18. That's a missed opportunity right there.
Yeah, Mason didn't have a lot of people running with her down there across the 18 with her.
That is one of the few times where we played the ball wide down the wing.
And we got a good chance here. Let's see what they've got.
See if she can make a run down here. Yeah,
great defense.
That was Jenna Burns there. Well defended by Beavercreek. And claiming that the ball came off of Beavercreek. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that could have been possible the way the girl defended it.
Yeah.
Unless she's ricocheted back off her, but anyway. They obviously didn't defer to you, Pat.
No, they did.
He looked up at the booth, and it's a little bit cloudy here, so he might have missed it.
I think that we'll let one error go with him tonight.
Yeah. Down the sideline, played by Mason. Played back to Beavercreek, Diane Bonino. Inverno went back to her in the back pass. Oh, look at that. Wow. This could be it. Ooh, decided to let it go.
That's right. That was just great defense on the Mason side, and they bring it out. And girls, let's see what you can do with it.
Here's my opinion on that, Pat. Yeah. If that happens outside the box, he probably calls it. Inside the box, I don't disagree with that being a harder one to call.
Yeah. Mason's trying to do a better job with the ball control here and just the passes. And, again, got it to the middle there. Let's see what we do with it.
Let's get our opinion on this to see if that's well defended, if it's a good play or not.
Yeah,
that might have been a foul. But the standard's higher inside the box. I agree with that. In my opinion, Pat, it's not so much the passes have been that bad. They just haven't been able to maintain it more than 2 or 3.
And that was a great.
And that's where Beavercreek, right there, yeah.
Perfect example right there. Mason had the ball. And
maybe we can count them. There's one. She jumped. Dangerous.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Making a contact, but I guess you still can't.
And Beavercreek comes up on the defense, and that's just unlucky there. Got away from the Mason player.
Wow.
Yep. And still staying with her. That's, great defense there. Held her up through and let the player get back.
Well defended, but she is a tough one to defend.
She is.
She's got the ball movement. She's got the speed. She's
going to be a great asset for Indiana when she gets there.
Yep. I'll have to give my fellow alumni an advance warning.
We're down to 12 minutes to go in the game, and Mason's got to put something on goal.
Giving my alumni a plug, I haven't checked them in a while, but they were number 2 in the country in soccer at one point. They're certainly not number 2 in football.
Guys or girls in soccer?
Boys.
Oh, okay.
Boys.
There's a shot up there. It is.
Might be a chance here. Can you turn it? So here's my trivia question for the night for Indiana football.
Okay, go ahead.
The last time that Indiana beat Ohio State was when?
15 years ago.
30 years ago, 1988.
Wow.
What was the time? How long was it the time before that they beat them? How many years?
15 years. 30 years. 45 years. 50 years. Did they play back then? Wow.
Keep going.
80 years.
Wow. 1908. So since 1908, they've beaten Ohio State twice.
Wow.
So maybe we shouldn't even play them anymore.
I don't think so. And Beavercreek with a steal. And Mason defenders.
Well defended.
Yeah, they got to get back.
That was solid. That was give credit there where credit's due. And that was Catherine Berry.
And there's a run down the side. Great ball control by Mason and just got through.
So for some of these Mason girls, the seniors, let's give them some recognition because this could be the last 12 minutes of their Mason career. Julia Schrump, Natalie Lannis, Natalie Adkins, Tori Bono, Vanessa Adkins, Jenna Burns, Catherine Berry, Allison Winterhaller, Mackenzie Berryman, Olivia Palno, Jordan Massa, and Megan Curran. So a total like maybe 11 or 12. So Mason's got some refilling to do next year, but
they've got the players in the wings that could do it. They are very talented groups coming up.
Year in and year out, Mason is a
they do.
Contender for the Final Four and a threat in this region every single year.
And one thing that surprised us all, Beavercreek put in 2 subs just a minute ago.
I wonder if we're going fresh legs, maybe a little bit more defensive. They haven't subbed much, though, have they?
They do not do that. And there's the Mason defender. Oh, getting pushed.
Yeah, that was foul.
From behind.
She tripped her feet.
And it's going to be Mason ball. We are down to...
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but it was a foul.
Yeah. Mason just getting very good
yeah, they tangled feet, but,
yeah.
but she did pull her off her feet.
And we are down to 10 minutes to go in the game.
So do we have any magic dust here, Pat, to get them their 2 goals in the next 10 minutes? Magic inspiration?
At this level, it is not impossible, extremely difficult.
Perhaps we call a timeout, and I'll give you a few minutes to go down there, and you can give them a pep talk.
Tell me about timeouts in soccer games. Can you take them?
No. There are no timeouts. The only time timeouts is if the ref gives you one because of an injury.
Yeah.
Or if he sees a delay of the game, he can stop the clock. But other than that, it's a running clock. And unlike league and other things, it's a set clock. So when it runs out, it's set, runs out. As our non-soccer aficionados may not know, referees, at the end of like regulation, they'll add maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But the actual end time is determined by the referee, which sometimes gets controversial.
And Mason not able to control it on the sideline. Beavercreek has throw in here.
So it's been a fairly quiet night from the student side.
The
Beavercreek side, they slid down to watch their side of the field. But I haven't heard much from the Mason faithful tonight. There hasn't been a lot. Oh, that hit the goal post. Over the top.
Shot it over.
So that was Cash, just hit the post and very fortunate. That wasn't 3. She actually took it off of her. And then, boy, didn't have much angle. I think she had took the angle she could, and then actually the second girl probably had a better opportunity. I'm not sure how she got that out of the net, how she did. But
probably got a little lax on that on the Mason side.
Yeah.
And players getting tangled up there again. And
we don't have shots on goal, but if we were keeping shots on goal tonight, it would be
lopsided.
It would be pretty lopsided.
It would be lopsided.
As we get into the last 7-8 minutes of the game, Beavercreek has certainly lived up to reputation. And
yeah.
I don't know. If I'm playing the other teams in the state, I'm worried. This is a tough team to beat.
They are.
But we check out our, I don't know if we have any score updates in any of the other games.
And 7 minutes to go in the game. And again, Mason trying to bring it down, and Beavercreek's got an answer to stop it. And just got to have the good dribbling and the good passing.
Got an answer on that Texas game.
Uh-huh.
For my son, it was 41-40 Texas with 15 seconds to go. Or actually, they got a touchdown with 15 seconds to go, and Virginia just decided to go for the 2-point conversion rather than kick the extra point, and they got it.
Wow. You got to appreciate teams that go for the win rather than the tie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like one of those things, if you make it, you're brilliant. If you miss it, you get criticized.
Yeah.
There might be another opportunity here for Beavercreek.
Great defense right there. Great defense, and stop the ball. So Beavercreek's got to throw, and we're down to 6 minutes to go in the game. So
that was inside the box, so if they had called the foul, that would have been a PK.
Yeah.
She came in hard, but she got it clean.
Yeah.
There's a, nope, not a corner. Nice job of Mason to clear it out. As we get down to the last 5 minutes of the game, there really have not been too many scoring opportunities from the Mason side.
No, they're not at all. And Beavercreek's pounding away, just keeping control of the ball here.
Yep, we'll continue to control it. Once again, the ball is going through number 10. Another shot wide.
Yep.
Wisely, we just let it go. Once again, Diana Benigno was the one who was they were moving the ball through.
And down to 5 minutes to go in the game, and there's got to be movement. Yeah.
So I don't know if there's tradition in soccer to get the last couple of minutes of this game. Or a minute or two, do you start taking off some of your seniors? A two-goal game, probably not. It's not like you have timeouts either. You just kind of make a long run. So.
Yeah.
Well, Pat, it's starting to look like the end of our soccer season here.
Yeah, it appears.
Premier soccer season. We're going to have to wait for the offers to come in, look through them, and, you know.
What other sports do you think we might be looking at in the winter?
To broadcast?
Yeah.
Well, occasionally they've last year we did some broadcasting for basketball. Not for Mason, because Mason, the guy that does it, I think they're pretty entrenched with it. But we did a game for another school, did a Sycamore game against Princeton. So if you're not opposed to broadcasting non-Mason teams.
Oh, that's fine. GMC puts out some quality athletes.
I broadcasted the game with the kid from Syracuse. The kid was going to go to Syracuse from Princeton.
Yeah.
And then he decided not to go to Syracuse. He went to the D League, and they decided he wasn't going to do that, and he's going to sit out a year. And then he ended up getting $1 million contract from Reebok or something. Beasley or Baisley, you know that name?
Yep, I got to see him a couple times his senior year.
He was a quality player. You need to put on a little bit of weight. He's about 6'8", about 180, 190. But I'm not sure his advice seems to be all that smart on what he's doing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'll tell you what, they're trying to move it down, and one last push here for the Comets.
Yep. They need 2 goals here in the last 4 minutes. And that's a tough task.
Yeah, they just don't have the bodies down there to get it.
Yep.
And some of the Mason faithful filing out.
Yep. You know, the one thing about this facility here is I almost felt like contacting the Monroe Police Department, but you got that light at the switch you'll see when we leave.
Okay.
It takes a little while to get out of here because they sit at the light on 63.
Uh-huh.
All they really need is a traffic cop to move the cars through. So it might take you a few minutes to get out of here.
Gotcha.
Just warning you. It's a pretty long wait.
Good crowd showing up.
Yep.
But again, Beavercreek's really packed it in back there.
Yep.
So Mason finding it a tough route to go here. And they've got the throw in. We're down to about 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
Well, thanks again to the camera crews tonight. I don't know if we saw a replay schedule here or not for tonight's match. Gotcha. Thank you for ICRC for putting these on. ICRC this year has added commercials. I wonder at some point if they're going to ask us to do like commercials while we're talking, kind of like they do on the sports radio stations.
We had a real big missed call there by the ref on the Mason player, allowing this play just to even happen.
See if Cash can get a 3rd goal here.
And
Mason.
great stop, knocked her down.
That's a penalty kick. Yeah, took her out. Typically, if you're a different part of the game, that could be a red card too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Okay.
Right there, the player comes from Beavercreek, comes from behind. No call made. And then that started this play that was able to go from here.
Yeah. So 2 minutes and 9 seconds with this kick. We'll see if the Mason kicker, who was solid the other night on PKs, if she can answer and at least give Mason a sense of saving a penalty kick. Give something to work on. Oh, there's no way.
Drills it in.
That was a quality kick.
That was.
The boys would have been proud of that one.
Yeah. Oh,
actually, some of the professional leaguers would have been, well, sometimes they see that happen.
Yeah, no stop on that one.
There's no way. Yeah, that was.
And here comes the subs for Beavercreek with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
This one's in the books.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Beavercreek going to the next round, the last thing you want to do is get one of your key guys hurt in the last minute.
Oh, that's true. You don't want to see that happen.
They're pulling them. Yeah, that's the biggest substitution all night for Beavercreek.
Yeah.
Here's a PK coming up. This that was buried. You couldn't put that in a better spot. And was that number 17?
I did not get her number.
I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Gardner Webb bound, Iwa Bianco. And we were determined Gardner Webb is in the state of North Carolina, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Have they ever been in the? Are they D1?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if I don't know if I've ever seen them in the tournament. The big dance. We'll Google that in our last minute 24 here, Pat. So I know most of our faithful are just probably Googling at the same time we asked that question. Boiling Springs, North Carolina. It is a private 4-year Christian university in Bowling Springs, founded as Bowling Springs High School. Interesting. It is affiliated with the Baptist State Convention of North Carolina.
1 minute remaining in the game.
And we're down to 1 minute to go in the game.
So everything you always want to know about Gardner Webb.
Yep.
Pulling out the Beavercreek keeper. Beavercreek excited, about ready to move to the state Final Four. Not sure the last time that's happened, but well deserved. They played very well tonight. Mason tried their hardest. Mason, I think this is a case of not Mason being off their game, just Beavercreek being on theirs.
Yeah, that's true.
So, very successful season for the Mason Comets. Knocked off the #1 Loveland in the season at 16-2-2, and that's no embarrassment at all.
No, not at all.
4 seconds to go here, and with the final kick from Beavercreek, that's it. Mason see if they get a shot towards goal, just wide. And this will end the season for the Mason Comets. Congratulations to the Beavercreek Beavers for a well-played match tonight. Well-deserved 3-0 win. And Pat, thanks for coming out tonight.
Oh, it was a great venue here. Thank you to Monroe High School for hosting this.
Yep.
Great facility here.
I wasn't talking to my shadow last night. I was like answering questions. The other night I was asking questions and I was answering them.
Did you get them right?
People were checking. No, I don't think I got them right.
You didn't get them right?
But the result was right.
Yeah.
So for the Mason seniors, it's got to be tough. This is it. This is the end of your career. I'm sure they were coming in tonight knowing they had a task in front of them, but figuring they had a chance, and they did. I mean, they played with Beavercreek tonight. Beavercreek just took advantage of a set play, actually a PK, and then only one of the goals of the 3 were actually in the field of play.
Yeah.
So field of play. Just consistently all night, Beavercreek made the long plays, long passes, moved the ball well. And Mason just had a tough time stringing together passes. Here's the first one off the set play, header, and the one touch one-timer from Cash for goal number 1. Goal number 2, which some thought was offside, but maybe wasn't. That was finished nicely. It was hit by Briagno, and the final, the PK, that was buried into the top left corner of the net. All in all, right, the better team won tonight.
Yeah, they were better on their feet,
Yep.
better passing, and definitely did a great job.
Well, good luck to Beavercreek in the state Final Four. Good luck to them. Let's see if they can bring back state to Southwest Ohio.
And Bradley is there on the sideline, as he is always with the Mason Comets, as their team's gathering around him. He's their inspirational leader in the wheelchair, and he's saying goodbye to that team for the season.
Well, for Ian Waddell and Pat Smith, the end of another successful Mason Comet girls soccer team for 2018, and look forward to perhaps broadcasting to you guys in 2019. And for Beavercreek, congratulations on winning the regional finals, and good luck in the state Final Fours. Ian Waddell, Pat Smith, have a good evening.
First, the captains for Mason, please come forward for the presentation.